There are many families start to have problem when their children older and older, at least 13 or 14 years old. The kids always change. They always develop themselves very fast. Every day, every month, every year, our kids not the same. They always changing all the time. That is the natural way of the kids, of the children. But the problem is parents always slower and slower than before. We changing very slow because we are getting older and older. So it cannot catch up between the chain of the older and the younger. So the problem that happens is we cannot communicate well with the next generation. Most of parents cannot communicate very well with their children after 13, 14 up. And many kids start to have the distance between their parents. They don't want to be close to their parents because parents did not change, did not develop themselves to catch up with the chain of the kids. We cannot talk the same language with them. We cannot talk the same topic with them. That is the big problem. And one thing is parents did not change much. So they still think the same way, speak the same thing. We always think that we need to take care of the kids. We need to teach them. We need to train them. When we keep thinking like that, when they're developing themselves further than that, that is a problem. Because they don't have trust in parents anymore. Because they feel like a parents behind them. Parents cannot catch up with the change in the world like them. They have a lot of problem when parents still think the same. Parents try to tell them, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. This is the problem of parents because they are big enough to know what to do. They know what happened. And then the kids in the past, they are different from now. Because now, most of the kids, they grew up with scientific things. They learn science, they learn technology, they learn so many things. So when they talk, they always just listen to explain things. But many parents who grew up like my age, many of us don't have listen. We just use tradition, use the norm or tradition that we used to have in the past. Don't do that, it's not good. Don't do that, don't do that, it's not good. But we cannot explain why it's not good. Why it's not good. So we cannot explain. We know only it's not good, but we don't know why. But the kids cannot accept that anymore. Cannot accept that. So that's why kids cannot trust, cannot listen to parents very well. And parents, many parents still use power to control kids. And the kids in this age, they need more freedom. They don't want to be controlled anymore. They need to be independent. They need to be themselves because this is the time to prepare themselves to be by their own. They don't want anybody to control them anymore. But many parents still look down on them that they're too young. They cannot go alone. They cannot do that. They cannot do this. We need to do that for them, do this for them. This is the problem. So I have problem with the kid, with the new generation too. Because I cannot catch up with the fashion, with the game, the movie that they're into it. Because I stopped reading book more than 30 years. I did not listen to music more than 30 years. I did not watch the news often like a normal people. And I don't know who's movie star. I don't know who's a singer anymore. So I cannot talk with my kids anymore about movie, about something that they love. So I cannot be friend with my kids much because I cannot talk the same topic with them. So this is my problem now. But how can I keep relationship with my kids to be good together, to have less conflict between our family? What I did is I talk less. Talk only what we need to talk, not try to involve much with my kid's life. I just let him free, let him do whatever he wants to do. So I will not say, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do this. I will not do that. And I just trust him, believe in him, believe in what he's doing. Because I really believe in that way. Because he's 18 years old now. So I feel like I did not talk with him much, but I feel like I'm very close to him. I understand him pretty good. And he did not talk to me much, but I believe that he trusts me. He loved me. I did not do much, but what I did is I gave him freedom and love. I never intervened in his life. That is what he needs. More than teaching, more than telling him to do or not do something. I think he understands that more now. But the good thing of my family is my wife. My wife is, she's very good. She catch up with the world. She watch more movie. She listen to many different kind of music. She understand more game. So my wife can talk with my son. So they are like a good friend. They communicate together like friend. So they are not mother and son anymore. They are like a friend when they talk. So this is the good thing, because I communicate with my son through my wife. I understand my son through my wife, because I have problem. I cannot catch up with the chain. So when I cannot do it, I will not be obstacle. I will not be a problem. So I just step out and then become a supporter outside. So with this technique, I think it helps us to be harmonized, to be in good relationship in the family, to keep relationship very well. We are very happy. So I think now it's very important, because everywhere I go, I see many parents in my age, they start to complain about their kids has problem. Actually, parents have problem too, not only kids. So to try to understand the changing of each other is very important thing, especially when our kids older than 14 years. We need to change our thinking. We need to change our perspective completely. That is the solution for relationship between parents and young kids. If not, it will be a big conflict in the family. So I feel like it's very interesting to observe and learn and experiment. What can we do? How can we be good together? How can we help each other in different way? Even we cannot communicate well with normal language, but we can communicate well with acting language or open mind by hard language or something like that. So our kid is our kid. It's good to love them, trust them, and let them be themselves.